easy drop shotting is the best drop shotting. Just cast it over the side and sit and wait. And take another shower. So I know you asked me how do you drop shot on Lake St. Clair. You're dealing with wind, waves, blah blah blah. It's tough. The current is always messing with you too. Literally with that one, I'm being blown out of the lake. Here, let me turn the radio down. Okay. So shore's that way. The rest of the lake is that way. I'm in about 16 foot of water. I got about 1.5 to 2 foot of weeds down there. You can always set your hook just above the weeds. Most people recommend that 12 to 18 inch. You can go a little higher than that too, whatever it takes to get you out of the weeds. With that one, literally I just had it sitting over the side. Probably let it out about 20 foot. That's where I saw the end of my line. And to stay out of the weeds and stuff, you can use a cylinder weight, not this guy. I'm in a lot of cabbage right now though, so this isn't really making that big of a difference, but they sell the cylinder weights too that are long and skinny. You want to use the lightest weight that you can, basically to keep you feeling bottom. You feeling bottom is going to be that hanging up of weeds. Whenever you get that, you just kind of snap it up just a little bit, just to make sure it's not a fish or to just rip your sinker through it. Always pull your line up and check it every once in a while. Another way you can do that, which is the way that I started doing it. Say you got the bow of the boat right here. Actually, you know what? Let me show you. Okay. Alright, so you got the bow of the boat, and I would usually cast right about out there, and then you're going to let it sink to the bottom, let out enough line. You should hit bottom right about at this point, and then you're just going to follow it like this. Not really doing much. You're going to let the waves do the work for you. Just make sure that you're feeling bottom the entire time, and then once you get to about this area here, just reel up, and then you repeat. And that's best when you're already over the structure that you want to be fishing. Say you're over a cabbage bed or something like that, a big boulder field or something like that, and just pick it up, lift it up like that. Another way to do it, I can't really do this while holding the camera, but okay, the wind is blowing this direction, so I'm gonna cast basically as far as you can with this thing, straight out in that direction, so that your bait can hit the bottom, and then you're working it back up until about this point here, and that's when you're going to be reeling it up to yourself. Basically the entire time you're going to be feeling bottom, just the little nicks and stuff, the extra weight that you'll feel on the sinker itself, and then if you get a hit, it's going to feel like that little ding if you fish a tube, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you want to cast it out, like I said, go about, I don't know, the wind is straight off the bow of my boat, coming this way, so just cast it at a little bit of an angle, probably, I don't know, 40-degree angle ish from the bow of your boat, and then you're gonna cast it out, reel it back slowly while feeling the bottom, and then by the time your cast is over, you should be just about right here on your boat, and then you just repeat. The waves and stuff that's gonna come, if it's really wavy, say 2-3 footers, you honestly don't have to do anything with your bait as far as move it. The wave action will do that for you. So just basically keep it moving a little bit, but you don't have to go nuts with it. You just want that bait. If that last fish wouldn't have knocked that off, I would have showed you. I don't have one readily available, but basically you got your hook here, your sinker is going to be here, and even if you lift that sinker off a little bit, that's fine, just to make sure that you're keeping in contact with the bottom. That hook in those waves is just going to be doing this, so your bait part is going to be doing that same up and down motion. The only time you really have to give it much action is when it's kind of flat, kind of like it is today. Probably 1 footers out here, it's pretty calm. And even with that, you just want to move your rod like this, just tiny little motion. Don't have to do much on anything. But I think that answered most of your questions. Hopefully it makes sense. And if you have any other questions about this stuff, I'll try and help you out the best I can. But yeah, drop shot, it takes some time, but once you get it down, it's a breeze. You don't even think about doing it. It just takes practice, just like everything else. Thanks for. Alright, so I forgot that I had this cute little head mount. Try and basically sum up the video that I already, the previous video. So, got your drop shot, blah blah blah. Basically, just take it, cast it out this way. Wind is coming from this way to that way. I got my boat basically sideways to the wind. You're gonna let it hit bottom. You're gonna know that because the line will go completely slack. Reel up so that it's a little tight, and then you're basically just hopping it back like that. If you see my rod tip, I'm just going bloom, 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 and then you'll feel a little weight like that. That's just weeds. Just kind of rip it through that, and then that's about it. And then you're working it all the way back to your boat. That's weeds again. And then by the time you're done, you are right there. Hopefully you can see all this, but you can tell I'm in some good cabbage here by the hook. Getting hung up on weeds is just going to happen. Some grow taller than others. You just kind of want to get that medium above most, hopefully above all, but if you don't, it happens. But like I said, now it's on bottom, made contact, and then just blump, blump, reel down on it. It's back on the bottom, blump, blump, blump. Very, very small movements. The bait and the waves and the wind and the current are doing a lot of the work for you, so you don't have to really do much to it. I think I got a 3/8 ounce tungsten drop shot weight on here right now. And on top of that, I haven't touched a trolling motor at all. I don't know if you're in a bass boat or what kind of boat you're in. I think you said you're in something that moves pretty quick with the wind. But as long as it keeps you cast downwind, and then you're going to end up upwind at the very end of your cast. Trying to think of anything else. Obviously, you're going to need more boat control if you're trying to hold over a piece of structure, but right now I'm just over random cabbage. Since it's post-spawn, you're just going to get little clumps of it showing up here and there, especially out deeper, like how I am. In shallow, you're going to be in it almost all the time. But then you just end your cast right there. To kind of get a little feel for what your drop shot's going to feel like on the bottom, this is how I started casting, or started drop shotting. Shit, I got weeds on here right off the bat. That's awesome. Welcome to Lake St. Clair. Alright, pull that knot underneath. And then this is downwind, completely downwind. I'm just going to cast it a couple feet out. Make sure it hits bottom. You'll know that because your line will be slack. And then you're just going to kind of barely do any movement. And then you get back over here. I kind of casted that a little too close to the boat, but you want to go out in front of your boat like that. There we go. And just let the line hit bottom. It is slack. And then you just pull it up so it's tight. This one might need a little bit more boat control, but you're just watching that bait. And if that line ever goes taut, or you feel that thump, set the hook, you got a fish. And then you reel up. That's more so just to get the feel of how you should be doing it. Another thing, when you're letting the line down, just let the spool free until you hit bottom. And then the other way, the lazy way, which is what I was doing earlier, which is just casting it over the side and kind of feeling the bottom and sitting there and waiting, which is actually very, very effective, but pretty damn boring. Hopefully that helped you a little bit. Yeah, a little bit better than the last video, so you see more of a hands-on type deal. But yeah, thanks again for the question.